mute you on Discord.
Hey everybody. Hopefully this is the right stream. How's everyone doing? Joe is watching a trailer that I've already seen, so I think he said this one was Rise of Nations. No, it's not. How dare he?
Age of Empires, Kyle.
Nope.
No?
It is not.
It's not Rise of-
It says war.
I definitely put Empires. Put in Empires.
Julius Caesar. I did.
I know
Empires.
you can't. I can't hear you, so I'm sorry if I'm talking over you.
I did. Empires.
It's literally called Empires something something. It's not like Total Empire. It's just like that was like a first look. Until Dawn trailer. Jeez Louise. That's like a teaser.
That's just Empire of Atlantis. It's not that. Are we sure this isn't a total
It has to
war
be
game?
Civ.
Civ. Which one?
Turn based. That doesn't make sense.
Civ's not turn-based though. Oh, it's Civ 4. I took a guess. Look at that. Look at
Is the
that.
trailer just them talking about making this movie? Okay. I have thoughts.
All right, I got a little. There's like a poll down here.
Let's add a little thirst because Light's not here. We got to add a little thirst. Girl with the curly hair, respectfully. There you go. What do we got here? We got some.
It was Civ 4, by the way.
Civ 4? Okay. I knew it looked familiar.
I have no idea what that is. Oh, did you tweet out that we were live, by the way?
No, I did not. That's the one thing I need to do.
I also didn't do the paragraph beforehand, so we're a mess this week without Light, you know?
I know. Just do it. Just do it real quick.
I can't. I'm sharing my screen.
Ah, shit. Okay, well, you're not sharing your screen. We'll
vamp for a little bit, and I can do it.
Yeah. Shit.
I don't know. I'm gonna skip this. What is this? What is this?
79.
I'll skip it
Conquer.
again. 360 game. Is this a Fable?
Conquer Reloaded.
No way, really?
Maybe.
It's okay, Silcanny. I love that it's part of your daily thing. It's your Wordle.
Yeah.
You said Conquer? There's no way this is Conquer.
Conquer.
There's no way.
I don't know.
It's not.
Wait,
JRPG, turn-based.
360. What's that? Lost Odyssey.
I think it's either Lost Odyssey or I could see the cover. Blue Lagoon, Blue Dragon. It's blue something, but I'll do Lost Odyssey first. No.
Okay, so it's Blue Dragon.
Oh, it's it's music. It's music themed. What is that game? Oh, it's like Chained something. Chained
Memories.
I don't think it's Memories. Grand Blue is
Shit.
I have Chained on the brain. I don't think it's Echoes though. I'll guess it and then we'll think about it. No, it's not. Shit.
Okay. I just tuned into the live show. I like how Light is her
Yeah,
cowgirl like thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. I like it.
When you're not here, it's you on the bike from Days Gone with the bear chasing
Hey,
you.
there you go.
I have no idea. It's music. When I see the name of this game, it's going to hurt me because I know what this game is. All the characters are based on music genres because that's polka right there.
So can I just give us a little cheat?
No,
No, we're really a mess.
I think we're gonna skip it. I don't think we're gonna get it. Eternal Sonata. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was Eternal.
No, I knew that name. I thought it was Chain something. Shit.
Chain stuff.
I would have said this was a hockey rink, but there's like cans over here. Do you have a guess? You're not even looking.
Oh, dude, come on. Why would you say that?
Because I looked over and I saw you change screens.
What? Come on now. What are you talking
just
about?
Everyone in chat currently. Joe and I. It feels like we're an old married couple tonight, and we're just on each other's nerves. And I don't know why.
I don't know why we started like this.
That's the energy that we've got. No, I'm gonna
hide my screen.
What do you mean?
Well, how can you see what I'm looking at?
Your eyes moved. You can't hide your eyes. You can't hide your gaze.
Your dinner sucked tonight. Can't make a good meatloaf to save your life.
I worked hard, Dev. I worked the whole day. And then I come home and I have to cook dinner?
Yes. You know I'm too liberal with that salt.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
PS4.
Oh, that
PS5.
Kyle, zoom in, enhance.
I can't zoom in. I'm gonna do one more skip.
Okay, I think that's a Star Wars gun.
Oh, there it is.
It's a Boba Fett game.
A bounty hunter?
Bounty hunter. Let's do bounty hunter. Star Wars bounty hunter.
Cinderloo, you don't know. You didn't see anything earlier.
Okay, it's Jango Fett.
Is that the name of the game?
I know that's Jango Fett. I know there was a Jango Fett game.
Yeah, that was Bounty Hunter.
Dude, Bounty Hunter 2. Maybe they were dumb enough to make a second one.
In last year?
Yeah, it's like a remake or a remaster, rather.
And they called it Bounty Hunter 2?
See?
Oh.
Bounty Hunter Remastered. There you go.
Maybe it's just called Bounty Hunter 2024.
There you go.
That's real dumb.
Yeah. Right. Thank me later.
We got a couple more.
Okay. Yeah. Give me two more because I'm almost done.
What is this? What is this, everybody? Hey, Ryan. What's up, Luke?
What up?
I have no idea. Oh. I'm going to do a wild guess here. I'm going to say Demio. This looks like a VR, a game that we played. Hey, guess what? It's not even here. Never mind. What is this game? Oh, so Ken had to search on Google for this one with all the clues? Okay. It's a PC game. I'm going to keep skipping.
Orcs Must Die.
It is a VR game. Shit.
It is a VR game.
I had it.
Oh. It's the one where it's like... Shit. It's the...
This is the one where you could rip limbs off?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Gorn? Is that what it is?
Gorn. Yeah, let's try Gorn.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. We're back.
We're
So
back.
hot dang.
I played a demo of Gorn. It was a good time.
One more. And then we gots to do this thing. I got a big day in the morning. What are we doing here?
Not loving the selection of games this week, if I'm totally honest.
Not a strong lineup. What is this? I could already eat my butt. iPhone, PC. All right, it's some sim bullshit.
No worries, Nisa. How are you?
What up,
This
Nisa?
one is easy? I don't play this.
This one's easy. What are you talking
PC
about?
garbage.
Don't make me upset.
I don't know. I'm going to put one in there because it looks like a game that I've used for research for work. I'm going to put RimWorld in.
RimWorld. Oh, what?
It's not. I thought it was.
Strategy game.
It's not Fallout Shelter, right?
Let's do Fallout. I mean, why not do
No,
Fallout? No, wait, no, it would be mobile.
Let me skip one more. Oh.
What is this bullshit?
Prison Tycoon.
I had something. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's not, but it is.
It's a prison game.
Shit.
Prison.
Prison Architect? Yeah, there we go.
Wow. Oh, good on you.
There we go.
All right. Well, listen, you start making that first paragraph so we can get down to business. And, yeah. Let's just have fun, dude. Let's just talk. Let's have a good time. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, chat? Learned that phrase, been saying it every day since. It's fun. Ooh. Hey, Kyle.
Yes.
Are you afraid of me one day becoming swole and it changing me?
You're already changed. So, like, we're already living in that reality. You getting buff is fine.
Yeah. All right, good.
But how you present yourself to others, it's been that way for years. I don't know what you're talking about.
I like to annoy you and Amy with that, and Amy's about Mick fucking had it with it. She's just like, Joe, shut up. You've become the worst. I'm just getting buff, getting swole.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. You're looking great.
Thank you. I wish she shared the same enthusiasm.
Sounds like a bad friend.
Thank you. I've been saying that for a minute now. She's like, you're just being really annoying about it. I'm like, well, you know what? I was gonna say she can afford to go a few times a week with me, you know. But apparently that would be uncouth and inappropriate and rude. But she's probably listening right now and gonna give me an angry text. I'm in trouble. Man, I have some like really heartbreaking news that I need to share, but it needs to be in the beginning of the show. Like, heartbreaking is in like my childhood is destroyed.
Uh-oh.
It is. Yeah, it's real bad. It's real bad, Kyle. And I don't know how to handle it. Luke said, I did arms and back today. Please clap.
I'm clapping.
Congratulations. This is a clap. I'll tell you what, man. I did a whole lot the other day, but then I ate real bad because I was like so hungry from it. You ever had one of those? So it's like I canceled out the really good workout because I just ate a ton. And then today I maybe I went over by like 100 calories. I don't think I was awful, but I know I wasn't good either. Tomorrow though, because like I definitely strained my shoulder a bit. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow I'm gonna go back at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, I don't want to rush you or anything.
What's that?
I needed Zencaster link.
Oh my goodness gracious. That was the thing I knew I was missing. And again, they say I don't have ADD.
It's fine.
I might need to go to another doctor.
It's not like you already recorded a secret podcast without me today.
This fucking guy. You know, the thing is, I did.
Yeah, you did.
But I wasn't secret because I literally asked you 4 hours before, you know?
Okay. Let me pull up the receipts here, sir. You go, Kyle, quick question.
I'm waiting for a
Silence.
reply.
I was in a meeting.
You can look at everybody looks at their phone during meetings.
Not when you're leading the meeting. What?
What meeting were you leading?
I can't say.
Well, what a clever excuse.
Okay. Let me make sure it's got the right mic. Because shout out to front of the show, Chipotle Bear.
Yeah.
Sending me a new XLR thing so we don't got to worry about the buzzing anymore, everybody.
It's right. We've won.
We won the war.
We won.
Next up is preparing for Jiminy.
That's right.
We're already planning. I'm
saving up for Kyle to buy a gun.
Not in this household. Let me tell you. Seeing how Owen plays with fake tools, I don't want a gun in this house. He literally took a toy plastic axe and started chopping me down like a tree.
Damn.
So, we don't need that in this household.
Well, there goes my idea of arming the kids.
Please don't do that.
All right. It's real ahead of its time. What's that noise out there?
It's in my end. See, now that you can hear me.
It's like no, it went.
Oh, maybe that wasn't me. I know Owen's up there.
Must have been one of the drones.
They're coming for you.
That's right. All right, man. Listen, I'm about ready to do this thing. Okay.
Same.
All right, fair enough.
All right, we will see.
Oh wait! Before we get into this, by the way, I'm so sorry. Gang, just so you know, I recorded a portion of this podcast. So we're gonna say, "Hey, cut 2," and then we're gonna pretend to go bloop. But then, like, we're recording the podcast with you. You guys know the whole spiel, the whole deal, okay? But we're gonna put that portion of the show out sometime in the afternoon, since there's no way we could put it in the live show. It just wouldn't, not feasible time wise. But it's a really good conversation with Deadly Headley, and he's a nice soul over at the UK. So it was literally like 11 at night he was recording with us. So I really appreciate him making the time. All right, now I'm ready, Kyle. Let's do this. Let's do this.
See you in 16 seconds.
Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 411 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friends talk about the latest and the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, we are truly lost without Light. She is sick. Please send her your well wishes because she has the neurovirus. Yikes. Ubisoft and Tencent going on an adventure. Until Dawn movie trailer first look. Kyle learns what a Dawnwalker is and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night over at youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and on podcast feeds the very next day after. Alongside me, the greatest co-host, whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm gonna warn everybody now. I'm in a mood. You
are.
I don't know. It's been a weird week, so
okay.
Setting those expectations, I guess.
Could I poke the bear just a minute into this podcast?
You've already poked it the moment I came on, yelling at me that I wasn't dressed for the Platties when I knew we weren't doing the Platties this week.
I'm just saying, I was just warning that, like, if this was the Platties, you weren't prepared. But I am proud of you that you're wearing your hat the correct manner. Brim forward. I love that. Oh, just to spite me, huh? All right, this is the type of show
You're
we want
not
to put on.
you're not gonna give me this old man on the porch energy about how I wear my hat, okay? Okay?
It looks
There you go.
nice.
Yeah,
Looks
it's a
nice.
nice hat, both forwards and backwards.
This guy. Listen, without light, we are at each other's throats. Please get better soon.
Just like Daredevil and Kingpin. Oh, what a trailer.
Oh my God,
What a
let's just talk
trailer,
about
dude.
that first.
I was real worried that it wasn't going to live up to like the Netflix violence stuff because
Same.
it's Disney Plus. Oh, they definitely was like, hey, guess what? It's the same Daredevil. Don't worry about it.
Guess what? We're gonna break this guy's shin, and we want to give you the look.
We're
I'm like,
gonna break somebody's forearm where the bones are gonna pop out of the shirt.
oh my goodness, what a
Trailer!
oh,
What
a
a
trailer.
trailer!
What a beautiful. Listen, Kyle. Before we get into all that, I want to share a tragedy. Truly, a tragedy that has affected my mood coming into this podcast. If you think I am a little, dour, it's because I learned that my GameStop has closed down.
Oh, now you know how I feel.
Immediately, that was the second thought I had. I was like, ouch, this hurts. And now I know how Kyle feels that he has to travel to Best Buy.
And I want to preface this. We
Please.
both worked for GameStop.
Yep.
We know how shitty it is.
Absolutely worst place.
But like having a dedicated store for your favorite hobby where no matter what you say was very, in my eyes, like consumer friendly with certain things that they do, specifically like pre-ordering,
Okay.
where I can like pre-order over time and pay it off over time when I
Oh,
could,
like stuff. Yep.
instead
Yeah.
of dropping one big lump thing at one time.
Oof.
It was just nice. The midnight release parties were always fun. Now the closest game store to me is 45 minutes away. That's not a Best Buy, and guess what? Best Buy is not what Best Buy used to be.
Yeah. I don't even know what
tough,
GameStop is
man.
around me right now. That's now not 20 minutes away. And I'm in Jersey. Like, there's a drone 3 minutes away from my house. I don't know where the nearest GameStop is.
It's tough, man.
And that was the first GameStop that, like, first GameStop I ever went into as a kid. It was my, like, stop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For better or for worse. My first, like, M-rated game I got there. My Xbox I got there. My PlayStation I got there. My PS4 I got there. Like, damn. And then, like, that was my first full-time job, was working at GameStop. And so that one in particular. So, pour one out, because I believe this is one of many that has closed down over the holidays. And it's a bummer to see. That was one of the best performing stores when I was there.
Mine
it
was.
is, yeah.
For the Long Island, it was the best performing store, and they still shut it down.
It's just wild. So
Yeah.
I'm honestly a little distraught, but I want the first viewer question to be from Todd Oxtra, who writes in the chat, are we getting any PlayStation games in the first half of the year? It's so quiet. It's true.
It's pretty quiet.
It really is. It's like,
outside of MLB The Show, but that's a very specific thing.
But yeah, is this going to be a backloaded year for PlayStation, you think?
I think so.
Yeah? You don't think we're going to get Death Stranding in May?
No.
Really?
No.
When do you think we're seeing Death Stranding?
September, October, maybe.
When do you think we're going to get Ghost of Yotei?
August.
You think Ghost of Yotei comes out first?
Yeah.
Huh. Very interesting. Kyle Stevenson. I think we get Death Stranding first. I would like to see that come out in May. I think we won't know Ghost of Yotei until Summer Game Fest, when they do their little summer show. Similar to like Spider-Man 2.
Sure.
I truly think right now we're in this weird lull where we don't know what's dropping yet, because we're all waiting for the Switch 2. and GTA.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think everybody's kind of like, reserved at the moment, which
Huh.
as of recording, we still don't know anything about the Switch 2 other than what it looks like, whether it's digital
Let
only, that
me.
there's magnets on it,
Oh
you
god, there
know?
was a very funny quote that I saw from
Please.
Nintendo. Let me see if I pull it up.
It's been a very, I
Oh
mean, to
yeah,
say,
so
go for it, please.
it's apparently from an ex Nintendo employee, and we were just looking up like if the date is. The rumor is we're gonna know about it tomorrow. If you're
Right.
listening to this, we'll know about the Switch 2 hardware, not software, maybe. Uh, but there's a quote going around from an ex Nintendo employee that goes, "I'm 100% sure they are really mad to the most severe level." Like that is such a Nintendo quote. I'm so mad. I'm at the severe level, y'all. It's like
Severe. Apparently, like, because at first it got leaked out by this manufacturer called Genki or something like that. They made like the cases for him, and apparently they had no NDAs, but they were approached by Nintendo lawyers. Then D Brand put out something. I don't know why they're doing this. It's truly like
I, I don't
it's
know.
Nintendo. They will kill you.
Yeah,
We're it's wild. It's really
they will
crazy.
ruin
But
lives just because you want to play a game that you can't play anywhere else unless you buy it for $1,000.
exactly, and you only have 3 months to do it. Like,
Exactly.
Jesus Christ! But they make the Mario guy, and we all love him
They
for
make the
it.
Mario
So
guy jump. That's what they do.
exactly, that's all they do, and we love him for it. So I truly think that I think everybody's kind of getting out of the way for the Switch 2,
Yeah,
and I feel like we're gonna get our state of play first week of February type of deal, and I think that's when you'll know the true roadmap of what's coming down the pipe. You know.
I just know from history's past, and granted, this is probably a anomaly or an oddity year, but
Mhm.
like in 2020, we had Ghost One and Last of Us Part Two a month apart from each other.
Yeah,
Like
I mean that's true.
I don't think PlayStation is against having two big games so close to each other as much as I think we both don't like that. We like to
Mhm.
have room, breathing room in between big games like that. I just
Yeah,
don't think I just don't think they care that much.
it is true. I mean, they launched two Game of the Year quality games a month from each other,
And
and they
both
both
did
sold
pretty
really great.
well. Yeah, so
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it could happen. I don't know, but I know we are going to see some Phantom Blade Zero
ooh,
next week,
yep.
which I'm pretty excited about. I know you played it. You really liked what
Yeah.
you played at Summer Game Fest. So like, there is stuff to look out for and be excited by. And you might be saying to yourself, Joe, wasn't this week supposed to be the Platties where we find out what our game of the year is for 2024? Yes. I want Light to be here. She's our third wheel. She's our third co-host. And I wanted us all to be here at our, most prime health. I don't want us to be coughing up a lung or anything. So when she's back, the Platties will air. So hopefully next week, uh, we'll have our special episode of the Platties where we find out what is our game of the year in 2024. So that means you have an extra week to vote on what your game is for game of the year for the Platties and all that good stuff. Of course, I want to give a big shout out to Marcus O'Neill, who has wrangled in the biggest community fantasy critic league yet. I want to
Yeah.
thank everybody for participating. We're going to be doing it over the weekend. I'm going to try to record our session and probably put that up on Patreon for everybody to listen to. It's going
Okay.
to be a fun time.
Would you like me to record the one I'm in?
Yeah, I think that would be
Sure.
really fun and give everybody a chance to be a part of it. So, yeah, thank you so much, Marcus O'Neill. Truly an amazing community member.
Todd
Thank you so
Oxer in
much.
chat goes, I got drafted.
Oh, no, again, Todd? Jeez. Of course, link down below if you want to support the show and look good doing it. Our merch store, baby. Get some Gooner Gang merch. Link down in the description. And of course, our Patreon pitch. If we ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it really does mean a lot if you head on over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It helps keep the lights on, keeps the show running, keeps us looking good, sounding great. You know the spiel. And we'll be switching up some software. So, honest to goodness, how we record our show. So, really does mean a lot because things are going to get a little bit more expensive. Patreon.com/PS Trophy. It really does help us out. I want to thank our newest members, Low Rate Nate, who promoted themselves up to the platinum tier. I want to thank Alex Grenier at the bronze tier, Antonio Concepcion at the bronze tier, and Jazz and Bren at the gold tier. I want to thank our premium producers, Todd Burowitz and Toxic. I want to thank our platinum members, JC, Jedi, Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuko Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Strubles and Bits, A. Aaron, Bertos Maximus, Tommy, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silcanet, Decimine, Mitchell Gramling, Mike Thomas, and the Enchanted Goat. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth, Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, The Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Stingray, X, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold E.T., Tino Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Solo, Matthew King, the Overlord, Dewane Raksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Midler, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Big G, and the Lord Commander Suddy.
And shout out to our YouTube members, Shrubbles and Bits, Nisa Hauer, and Tommy.
Ooh-wee. That said, they joined us this week. A little special segment that we're going to do when we square up the news. Mr. Matt, Mr. Deadly Headley himself, an Xbox fan and a PlayStation fan like myself, we have a conversation about what is going on with Microsoft's latest approach, but we're going to have that a little later on in the show. Instead, Kyle, when we square up the news, I'd like us to embrace for impact. Okay? I want you to read the first bit of news about Tencent and Mr. Yves Guillemot himself. So it's time to square up the news.
First bit of news that needs to be squared up comes from Jordan Midler over at VGC. And Jordan writes, Tencent and the Guillemot family are considering moving Ubisoft assets to a new venture, it's claimed. A new report on Bloomberg, citing people familiar with the situation, claims the Chinese tech firm and Ubisoft's founders are thinking of creating a new entity, which they will then move certain Ubisoft assets over to in an attempt to boost Ubisoft's value. The Guillemot family currently owns 14% of Ubisoft shares, while Tencent owns 9.99%. The report suggests that by creating a new venture and moving some of Ubisoft's IPs over to that, it could allow Tencent to own a stake in the new entity and gain more control over those IPs. The company's share price, which reached $84.60, is that euros? I'm blanking.
Yes, I believe
euros.
so. Or pounds.
Pounds. One of those. In February 2021.
The funny money that doesn't matter.
Has dropped as low as...
Because we bailed you out of World War II. Let's be real. Sorry.
Has dropped as low as 11.41 in recent days, following the announcement that Assassin's Creed Shadows had been delayed again. A Reuters report published last month claimed that Ubisoft shareholders were considering how to structure a possible buyout of the company, without reducing the Guillemot family's control. Tencent was claimed to be undecided over whether to participate in that buyout and increase its stake in the company, reportedly because it has asked for a greater say on future board decisions. According to Reuters, discussions between the two are ongoing as Tencent also wants to prevent any potential hostile takeover of Ubisoft by other investors. And according to an unnamed Ubisoft game designer's LinkedIn profile, the reported Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake is being developed on the upgraded Anvil engine and will be more than just a graphics overhaul. As reported by MP First, it will allegedly feature new systems concerning combat and wildlife, although what exactly that means is unclear right now. The team reportedly hopes that these changes, whatever they might be, will make the original and, quote, outstanding game to rebirth as the next-gen AAA game, end quote. Insider Tom Henderson claimed at the end of last year that the Black Flag remake was, quote, well into development, end quote, and targeting a November 2025 release date. But he
Mm.
also said that Shadow's first delay had shaken up Ubisoft's roadmap.
So Kyle, a lot of craziness out of
Yeah.
Ubisoft the last few, at this point, months.
I was going to say years. It's
I mean, yeah. I mean, this year it seems like it's come to a head, right? Like all of their live service initiatives have kind of, you know, met untimely demises. We're seeing games that they thought would hit well. I would think would hit well, like Star Wars Outlaws, landing soft. You're seeing delays to Assassin's Creed Shadows.
twice.
Twice. And so we're at this point where the question is, Kyle, this isn't like, the Vivendi takeover where Ubisoft was able to fight it off.
Mm-hmm.
It's at this point, it just seems like Ubisoft's future is the most uncertain it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you, by the end of the year, are we calling Ubisoft a different name?
It's a great call. And as much as like, no, I can't even say that. I was going to say like I'm not a fan of Ubisoft games, but I am.
Yeah.
Like they scratch a very specific itch when I play games, and they do it very well.
Yep.
But to me, the name Ubisoft is like video game legend status.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a name of a studio, a publisher, just a video game company.
Yeah. It's like Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it would be hard if they would change their name. Like, I don't know. That'd be very weird. Like, I don't want a new Coke. I don't want that.
We don't want that. We tried it before.
I just want Ubi to be confident in themselves and confident in their product, and I think the shakeup needs to be more internal and the people there. From like, I'm not saying all the people, but like from what we've heard, there's still people there that are not probably the best. And so like there are some things that need to happen there. I just don't think a name change will change.
Well, when
anything,
I say that, because like for me, it definitely seems like something akin to Embracer. That's why I titled it like Let's Embrace for Impact, because it definitely seems like when Embracer kind of unloaded Saber Interactive, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, listen, we're too big for our britches. And I think when you take a look at Ubisoft at this very point in time, they're a company of like 17,000
a lot of
people.
Yeah.
A lot of people. You take a look at like Activision's numbers, and they're not even hitting that. And they are the most profitable publisher in the world. And so when you're the fourth or fifth most profitable, and you have a head count that high, and things are starting to break down because maybe you're too big, it's like, where do you go from here? Because it definitely seems like they're trying to unload something to make them more profitable or more appealing for a buyer of some sort. It just all feels so weird, because at the same exact time as they're doing that, they're trying to talk to Tencent going, hey, so how about this? We made a lot of really bad calls. We made a lot of bets and they didn't pay off. Could you buy us and we still have complete control over what we're doing? Is such a Michael Scott level question.
It definitely is.
Right? And so it's
Scott's tots all over again.
It's God, yes. But this time it's 17,000 kids you promised colleges to. So like it's just like what would they even unload? Like what where do we go?
I don't know, but I also know like Ubisoft games are announced and then they either never come out or they take way too long.
Yeah.
Like what's happening with Beyond Good and Evil? That budget has got to be ballooned way past what they were going to have.
Yeah.
That thing's been in development probably since I was in college. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Splinter Cell. Like, look what happened with Skull and Bones. That took forever to come out and did not do well at all.
Yep.
It's I'm hesitant to say it, but it feels like it's a Jim Ryan situation where there's one person making a lot of decisions and they're not panning out, and the rest of the company is suffering for it, which is a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, Silk Canada in the chat says it right. Beyond Good and Evil 2 was first shown off in
Correct.
2017.
First shown, but how long before that were they working on it too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I mean,
it's been a while.
and then you have like them going for NFT bullcrap.
Yeah.
You're seeing them announce like some Splinter Cell game, or it's not, it was Ghost Recon like NFT game, and then seeing the reaction from folks that are just like, and we're gonna pull this. This was a terrible idea. Like, I mean,
Like
what was Heartlands, right? Was shown and then canceled. It's like
I
nothing is it's hitting.
it's
Yeah.
similar thing to like when Sony got rid of Sony Japan proper, and the sentiment was like PlayStation's no longer have that weird factor.
Hmm.
I wish Ubi would still have their quote unquote weird factor of like, where are the Ubi Arts games?
Yeah.
Where's the Rayman games? Those games are awesome. Like, I the issue that everyone says is like Ubi games feel samey, and that's because they are. No matter where you point at, they're either a historical based open world game or it's a fantasy open world game. But either
And you're
way,
checking those
they're
boxes.
open world games.
Yeah.
Like there's no platformers. Take out Just Dance because Just Dance is its own entity in and of itself. But no
But
matter
even when
what
they
they
do something,
announce, it's like the same thing almost.
yeah, and even when they try to go out there and do something different, like you seeing both Prince of Persia's last year, not hitting what they
And it was
wanted them
great.
to hit. Yeah, and so it's like, man, and I truly think like the Lost Crown suffered because of the price tag. It's like I one of my frustrations that I see from these big AAA publishers is like they have something like EA with EA Originals,
Yeah.
where it's like, hey, these smaller games are hitting pretty darn well. They're hitting the where they ought to, right? You then go out there and you buy a Hazelight because they make you, what's it? It Takes Two, and it gives you Game of the Year and all
And
this
Split Fiction
praise.
coming soon, which looks awesome.
Yeah, in March. But then they're like, and now we're gonna start doing these $50 to $60, style, or sorry, $50, $60 games like Wild Hearts and what's it, Immortals of Avium, and those games just falter and fail. It's like, guys, when we say explore the scale, we're not meaning go down $10. We're meaning, hey, maybe we make a game that's $30. Maybe this game doesn't need to sell 3 million units. Maybe this game could sell, a million or 800,000, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
It can't just be every game is 300 plus budget, $1 million budget, and it has to make $1 billion. You're seeing it with film right now. There's like this retraction where it's like, yeah, listen, we all try to make Marvel movies and we're all not good at them. Let's start making, mid-range titles again, because maybe those original ideas are going to get people's butts in seats. And you're seeing it with like what is it? Is it Annapurna? That like they put out something and you're like, oh, this thing's gonna hit. And
Yeah.
it does. So like, like you can make something that's smaller and it could be your long legs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not everything has to be this big,
Yeah.
huge blockbuster.
And
It's just, I don't know.
And so, Ken
Yeah.
and Chad, I do agree with you, and maybe samey wasn't the right way for me to say it, because so Ken and Chad goes, Rockstar also does like the same game with a new coat of paint on it too, and you are absolutely 100% right. I
Mhm.
think just the difference is it's so long in between Rockstar games, and it
Yeah.
feels like every year and a half we're getting another Ubi open world kind of checkmark thing.
Yeah.
I just want more studios to branch out and try new things,
Yeah.
and publishers to try new things, and not just go with something that they know that they're going to get a certain amount of people in for, and maybe this is just me talking out of my ass right now, but
Go for it.
it feels like they are just playing it way too safe.
Yeah.
Like everyone was excited for Star Wars Outlaws. It's a Star Wars game. It's an open world Star Wars game. That's kind of like a guarantee almost. Like,
But at the same exact time, it's like, it's an Ubisoft game.
yeah.
It's going to come out hot. At first, it's going to need a few patches. Like
Yep.
the one thing that Ubisoft doesn't do itself any favors on, it's like people know they can wait for your game.
Yeah.
You're too eager to put something out and it's half baked, and then people go, "I'm just going to wait on this game,"
Yeah.
and then they wait on the game, and you're surprised that, oh, people are waiting. It's like
Everyone's expecting some sort of live service component.
right.
Some Ubisoft Connect stuff in there where you can unlock skins and whatnot.
It's the thing where Nisa says in chat, like, Skeleton Crew. It's like, Skeleton Crew, great show, great Star Wars, love it. The problem right now is Star Wars is in such a funk because there's too much of it and not enough of it's good, right? Like, yeah, you'll get a Skeleton Crew, but because Acolyte did so bad, you're like, yeah, but I'm not gonna chance it. Acolytes was terrible. I don't know. There are kids here, Goonies. I don't know, and so you wait, and maybe you just forget about it. Like, one of the problems right now in games is the same with all entertainment, which is there's so much really great content.
Yeah.
There's so many really good games that, like, you can't just go, hey, I have this big giant budget. The game's gonna look real shiny, and that's gonna bring people in. It's like, that's not the case anymore.
Nope.
So it's not that, like, Ubisoft's not taking risks, because
Sure.
they definitely have. They're not taking the smart bets on where like, this industry is based off iterations of trends. And so they saw, hey, everybody's making a battle royale, everybody's making a live service game, and those bets obviously don't pay off. And now you're seeing them really floundering, because now to spin off a game, it takes 5 to 7 years to make that game. And so they just don't have, as the kids say, that dog in them.
And I'll give them credit. They did understand and realize a few years ago that we were getting the Assassin's Creed fatigue, and then they switched from an every year release to every other year, or further along. And we were excited. I was excited because, like, it's hard for me to do a big Assassin's Creed adventure, which, as big as Valhalla was, that really burnt me out big time. To, like, when Mirage popped up, it's like, oh, cool. I'm excited for a smaller scale Assassin's Creed, and I enjoyed what I played. It wasn't maybe my favorite thing, but it was cool.
Yeah,
Shadows looks awesome. I can't wait to play Shadows because there's been enough time in between. So they are making right steps. It's just that for the whole portfolio, there's been too many missteps, I feel.
And you can't hang on Assassin's Creed forever, because even as you say that, it's like, look at what this report says. Could be this year we get 2 Assassin's Creed in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yikes. So it's like, either though one's a remake, it's like that is still maybe too much.
And
so
Todd brings up a good point too. Like, did they spend too much time on Watch Dogs? I wish Legion was a different game. I didn't like Legion at all. I loved 2.
Yep.
I didn't like that there was no actual protagonist in Legion. It was just you popping around using other people. Like, I didn't feel connected at all to anybody.
Yeah.
So
that's the Ubisoft news. Now, Kyle.
I will say, though, the other Black Flag remake,
yeah,
I'm all for it, because I went back and tried to play Black Flag not that
long
long ago. Does not hold up. It's rough to
Okay.
play in these day and age.
That's the thing. Actually, before we get to the next topic, I will say, if you're making an Assassin's Creed, let's just say like a remake, maybe that is enough of a difference for people to go, yeah, Shadow's new, Black Flag remake, something I know of or remember fondly. I'll maybe jump on that. And they're very different games.
Yes.
But even then, it's like, all right, maybe we make Rainbow Six Siege 2. You know what I mean? Like, let's like maybe we do something that is another safe bet that we know is going to pay off. Maybe we do. Splinter Cell remake.
Yeah.
Something that's gonna get people
I
excited,
will
like
never play
Skull and
Skull and
Bones.
Bones, Todd. I will never play it. It's a multiplayer thing. I think there's single player stuff, but there's nothing about Skull and Bones. So I was like, you know what, Kyle, you're gonna spend an hour in this game. Nope, not for me.
Nope.
Uh-uh.
All right, listeners. Now it's time for my conversation with my good friend Matt about the future of Xbox and Xbox games on PlayStation. See that, guys? That's called talent. That's called a hard edit. That's you don't see it now. That's the magic trick. That's the rabbit. Where's the hat? You don't know.
Pirate Yakuza is a good call, still can it?
Pirates of QQ. Kyle, do you want to talk a little bit briefly about the Xbox games coming to PS5?
Sure. To me, I feel like there's not much to talk about because it's still like a rumor at this point.
Yeah.
For how long on this show have I sat here and listened to you like, oh, we're getting that Gears, we're getting
Coming.
Gears. Yeah, but you said that 6 months ago, and we still don't hear anything yet.
It's coming, dude.
So,
It's
like,
already out.
I
been done.
will, I will believe it when I see it.
Okay.
I don't want to be on the internet when that day happens. I'll just say that.
Why not? There's going to be parades in the streets.
Oh, will there?
Yeah, I've
Everyone's
seen
gonna be
episode one.
level-headed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever been to Naboo in the
I
spring?
loved Naboo.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, I think when we take a look at these rumors, so apparently there's more rumors coming out of people like Nate the Hague, coming out of places like Inside Gaming, Tom Henderson, that we are going to see, of course, more Xbox games coming to PlayStation. I don't think that's a big surprise, but what games are coming to PlayStation? That's the trick. Like that's the true surprise. So, rumor has it, Hellblade 2, Forza Horizon, Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Gears of War Collection, or sorry, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, are coming to PlayStation in 2025. So, Todd, when you talk about an audience member, when you think of PlayStation's silence of the first quarter of 2025, you're thinking already of Indiana Jones coming out sometime in the spring, an Xbox published game, a game that's up for Game of the Year in DICE, to be kind of filling that void for PlayStation, which is a very weird thing. So as we sit here and say, yeah, it's just conjecture, yeah, it's just rumor, whatever, we have already seen countless Xbox games come to PlayStation. But what would you feel, Kyle, if we did actually see not just Halo, but the Master Chief Collection make its way to PlayStation? What's your first thought?
Weird. I'll give you my 3 words that popped in my head.
Okay.
Weird, guilty,
Guilty.
and
Okay.
excited. Okay,
Oh,
it's weird because it would be essentially Xbox's flagship mascot, face of the brand, on its main competitor, kind of thing. For years, we grew up in the console wars, right?
That's right.
When
Molded
we were
by it.
when we were younger, it was green versus blue. When we saw that picture of E3 with the Xbox wall, the PlayStation wall right across from each other, we felt something in our hearts.
That's right.
When we were young and dumb and stupid, and we were like,
right.
we have to pick a side.
Yeah.
So
Felt it. I felt it in my balls.
sure, yeah,
No.
felt it in my weenus.
Oh, okay.
That's this little part right here.
It's a little elbow.
Yeah. So like a part of me is still like, it's weird to think about that. Even with Xbox games currently on PlayStation, it's still weird. It's been weird since Minecraft, right? With the Xbox logo popping up when you load into Minecraft. Guilty because like it's a weird sense of me feeling bad.
Why do you feel bad?
I don't know. I can't explain it, but like that's just the first kind of feeling that popped in my head. And then excited because, as everyone knows, I'm a PlayStation boy through and through. The fact that I don't need to get Game Pass or anything to experience these games on the platform I prefer, to earn trophies on these games, um, play with the superior controller in a dual
Oh,
sense. Like I'm very very excited.
yeah.
So, but it's just strange. I don't know. I can't I can't intelligently describe why it's strange. It just feels strange.
It
It's like if Nathan
definitely.
Drake was gonna show up on a Series X one day, which it might
Hey, who
happen at
knows?
this point. I don't know, but
Yeah,
it just feels strange.
it's uncharted territory, man. Like, okay, I'll tell you the first three words that come to my head: excited, um, over. Wait for it, and I will also say bewildered. Excited because, like, you guys know, I love the Master Chief. He is, I think, to me, the most iconic video game character besides like Mario. Like, he is my guy. When I think of video games, he really is the first person that jumps into my head. Like, his voice is Stephen Down's voice is iconic. Yes, Kyle Stevenson.
Follow up question:
Yeah.
when you think of Master Chief,
Yes.
what's the one video game related snack that you associate with Master Chief?
Doritos.
Me's Mountain Dew.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. Real talk, Kyle. Very short. Like a very
Exactly.
like
It's like in high school when I did go to a friend's house and we were all playing Halo 2, like on a LAN party or something. Doritos and Mountain Dew were present at all times.
Can I tell you something? I had Jersey Mike's the other day. I was like, let me be a little evil. Let me go get a Mountain Dew. Thought of you. I'm like, I'm doing the Dew right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
But he's so iconic. He means so much to me. And so like I'm excited that he's gonna be I'll be playing it with my preferred controller.
Yeah.
Right? That's really what it comes down to. I'm excited for people to experience what makes Halo special for the first time. Um, like for you, Kyle, I don't know. Have you ever played Gears of War?
Back when I had an Xbox, I think during the pandemic briefly, I
Okay,
started it. I don't remember anything of it. I don't know how far I got.
man. Like I immediately like when I said Gears of War, I'm like, I want to play with Kyle so bad.
Sure.
Like it's so good. Like these are two games that I really love. Like forget all the console war bullshit. Like these are just two really great
Yeah.
games people get to experience. And now let's turn the fanboy dial on. And then a part of me is like, it's over. Like the console war fight that we're fighting is done.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I've who said it in the chat? It's Sega. Like we got King of Fighters on the PlayStation 1 and then from there it was the snowball effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Xbox sees this snowball continue rolling on the off the hill, getting bigger and bigger and I think they're at this point where they very I think they view Xbox differently because they need to view Xbox differently in order for them to survive. So one of the things that we just got before the show started that I read was Satya Nadella was thinking about um, s- slowly phasing out Xbox in 2021 until he was sold on Game Pass. Now that Game Pass has not hit where they wanted it to hit, so they're still stuck at around 34 million subscribers, whereas by 2030 they wanted to be at 100 million. Um, you're seeing them now change what matters to them because it's existential. So like what's really important to Microsoft because Xbox is at this point where they used to be the small fish. They get to do what they want within their means. Now they've ballooned in size where they actually affect the stock price. It's actually something I talked with Deadly, which again, YouTube listeners, you get to listen next video. Is with they kind of became Activision Blizzard, where when Blizzard was Blizzard Vivendi owned, Vivendi was a larger company and they were a small portion of Vivendi, but they were doing well. And so Vivendi just let them be. And so they could delay games, they could wait and let them cook and really polish them. But then when they became Activision Blizzard under Bobby Kotick, all of a sudden what Blizzard did affected the stock price. And so now they don't delay their games, right? Games have to be coming out and I want to annualize them.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of a sudden the DNA of Blizzard changes. We thought way too differently about the ABK deal of what that meant for Xbox. And be honest, they probably bought Xbox's survival a little bit more if Sati was thinking about, killing it off in 2021. But what it has turned into is Microsoft gaming. And what's important to Microsoft gaming? Well, what's important to Microsoft? AI and cloud. And what are you seeing now more and more? Xbox talk about. They're patenting AI stuff and they're patenting cloud stuff. So now it's about the cloud. It's about playing anywhere. And what is an Xbox? It's your phone, it's your tablet, it's your TV. It's also these boxes, but it's also your Steam Deck. Anything could be your Xbox because they want you to use the cloud servers. They want you to use Azure, and they want Azure to be even more prominent. That's what they want. Xbox became so big that they affect the stock price, and so they have to move to make sure that they don't negatively impact the stock price. And so what is an Xbox? It's also a PlayStation, depending on, what games you're playing. It's kind of like Xbox is a pool. It's how deep you want to go into the ecosystem. That's and that's fine to Xbox. So if you only want to dip your toes in, you can. Or if you want to go all the way deep, you can as well. Right? You could be deep in the platform, or you could just be like, I play Halo, and that's good for them. That's kind of like how I see it. I don't know. Did I explain that good?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, Kyle. Hard at it. We're back. And this time we got some questions to handle. Are you ready for this, Kyle Stevenson?
Sure.
X Bacon Gaming writes in. Oh boy, here we go. Just like you can too, and we wouldn't complain if it was anybody else. Over to our Trophy Room Discord server, where over 500 of y'all are at, chatting, talking PlayStation, talking video games, being part of our little fantasy leagues, maybe even accompanying me with a Marvel Rivals or a Helldivers from time to time. So make sure you join that Discord server each and every Wednesday. I ask for questions, y'all deliver, and X Bacon Gaming has some really question this week because he's a big jerk and he's always asking a passive aggressive question. All right. Bacon writes, is it now a bad look seeing Twitter personalities, well, first mistake, now excited to play Xbox games? I'm asking for a friend. I'll hang up and listen. Your mistake was being on Twitter. What are you still doing there, guys? Honest to God, I mean this, and I'm not trying to be a shell. It's not like, oh, Joe hates Elon guy. Guys, I'm here to tell you, Blue Sky's where it's at if you want to talk about actual video games.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun over there. You're actually having people share their screenshots. It's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say this speaks to a broader problem, Kyle, that the industry has as a whole. And I want to know what your thoughts are on this. Is we let 7 people in the room dictate what we're talking about this week. Can we stop doing that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what Xbox 720 has to say about anything as much as I care about PlayStation Fanboy 620. What they're talking, I don't care. So
I do
is
care
it a bad
what
look?
about Nintendo fan 123 care says because
Why is that?
they need a win. They need a win coming up soon with Switch 2. I'll listen to them.
Well, okay. Here's another question from X Bacon Gaming. He's really thirsty. He wants us to get angry, okay? For years, I've been told Xbox has some games. Now, Xbox games are, quote, Game Pass filler. Now that it appears PlayStation may get greatness that is Halo, making a mistake. Does Twitter now have to retire these phrases? I'm happy you guys get to truly experience great shooter franchises. And thank you for the question. Okay. Kyle Stevenson,
Yeah.
are we changing our tune now that Xbox games are coming to PlayStation? Are we like genuinely excited? Is this like some type of, I don't know what he's trying to get at, but like weird passive aggressive thing that we're doing? What gives? Why are we suddenly
I would
excited
I
for
would
these
hope
games?
that we aren't lumped into the Twitter personalities of this question.
I, you know what? Don't let me in. I don't care.
I hope not, because even though I'm a PlayStation diehard through and through, that is my system. I've always appreciated Xbox games and wanted to play them. Money is just an issue.
Right.
Um,
We can't all be like X Bacon Gaming, who's has a 580, 620, in our
it's not just bacon.
$5,000
It's
PC. Right?
there's a
No,
lot.
it is. It's
There's a
just
lot of
Bacon.
people
He's
that
the one
have
that's been putting
everything,
these questions.
and I'm happy you guys got to experience that. It's just I attached to one, um, and went for it.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Bacon, for confirming it's not us.
All right. Oh, he's in chat. Okay, that's good.
um, yeah,
All
no,
right, fair.
like I agree with your first statement. I'm really tired of seeing the same profiles be the ones to be like rumor or man, this game sucks because blah blah blah, and
Right.
those blah 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 things are awful reasons to say a game sucks. And I I don't think, as you said, the console war thing is over. I don't think it's ever over.
No, I think it's just gonna
There's all
morph.
gonna be dummies out there.
Yeah.
There's all. Sorry, I made myself laugh with what I
Yeah,
thought in
go
my
for
head.
it. Please
There's
say
always
it out
gonna
loud.
there's always gonna be those people that put a video on change.org saying you've got my sword and shield. There will always be those people, okay? Which sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited for more people to play more games. As much as may have flip flopped from what I've said earlier on the podcast,
Sure.
our history here, in this moment here today on January 15th at 9:04 p.m.
Jesus, okay. You
I'm
broke the golden rule of podcasting, but all right.
we always say as you're listening to it today as of release. Like
All
it's
right.
fine.
Fair enough. Okay.
I didn't read no rule book. um, I think it's at this point in my life, I think
Yeah.
it's more important for people to play the games on the platform that they are easily available or have easily available to them. I think the games
Right.
are way more important than the hardware at this point.
Yeah. And like Todd Oxtra says it right in chat, and I do think he's correct here. PlayStation does have a party problem. They can't have 7 years between releases.
Agreed.
Like, look at the problem development right now at Naughty Dog and completely abandoning a multiplayer project that spun out from a add-on to Last of Us 2, becoming this whole 4 year development of a different game with a different story, with different characters, and all this multiplayer stuff. To now, it's like, hey, we're getting back to basics. It's like, shit. No, we can't. We can't have that. I think if you're asking, you know, 20-year-old Joe, if this was 20-year-old Joe, I'd be throwing the parade because Xbox burned me and it was very recent. I had like 7 red rings of death. Like, yeah, that bitter Joe, fanboy Joe would have loved it. Dude, I'm 33. I got a mortgage. I don't give a shit where you play your games, dude.
No.
I don't care. I've been playing all month on my Steam Deck. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Come on. Literally, I've put 70 hours into The Witcher 3 on my PS5. I've put 30 hours of it on my Steam Deck. Like, it's great. Play anywhere you want. But like, to me, I think it's exciting because something that we've never seen before is happening
Yeah,
in
it's
such
Uncharted
a
Waters.
level. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, to me, it's like, dude, we have the Switch coming out, Switch 2, whenever Nintendo feels on like releasing it. We
Fingers
have
crossed for
Xbox.
4K. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for 30
Hope
frames.
they know what that's all about. Maybe they haven't heard about it yet over there. Who knows?
No. But like, if they have reached it at Kyoto, maybe also make Joy-Cons that fit normal hands. Nonetheless, but like, we're reaching uncharted waters where Xbox sees the future ahead of them is difficult, and so they are charting this path that's cloud-based. Nintendo is making a, let's be honest with each other here, less exciting version of a popular piece of hardware, which they don't know if this iteration will sell more of because there is competition out there that does what they do better already.
Which is weird because they're the ones that really took it the next step forward.
right?
Like, I don't think we got a Steam Deck if it wasn't for Switch.
And then you have PlayStation going, hey, we're doing fine, but we're hitting a ceiling with how our hardware sales and how our software sales sells. So we have to fix those margins, and we have to find other areas to get the software to sell more and to reach a new marketplace. They all have very different questions, and you're starting to finally see them either start asking the questions out loud, like PlayStation going, "Oh, the Portal's really popular. Maybe we'll make something of the same ilk." Xbox saying, "Hey, you guys really like mobile gaming. Maybe we should make our own." And then you're also seeing them answer some of their questions, going, "The way we fix margins is what you thought was important, exclusives. Maybe they don't matter, or maybe they change." And that's really exciting. So, yeah. Uh, Kazuko writes, question for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw!
Trio oh, sorry, you lovely trio. There you go. Well, Light's not here, but next week it's gonna be fun again. It's gonna be
She's
great.
still part of the lovely trio.
She's, you know what, in spirit.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, she's just she's just popping some airborne right now.
Yeah.
Poor thing, you know. Yikes. My question: will will Halo on PlayStation 5 have crossplay? I think it should. Quote, I'm a convert. Sorry, I'm a convert
Yeah.
from the last few Xbox generations. Oh, cool. The more the merrier for multiplayer goodness, whether it be co-op or death matches. Similarly, I'd love Xbox to get Helldivers 2 and have crossplay. Likewise, I think they would do fantastic there. Kyle Stevenson,
Yeah.
will the Master Chief Collection have crossplay
Yes.
if it comes to PlayStation?
Because Sea of
will
Thieves
we
has
get-
crossplay, right?
It does indeed.
So yeah,
It does indeed.
I don't see why not.
Will PlayStation gamers get their Master Cheeks clapped, as the kids say, when the crossplay happens, or is the old, and I would say
What it happens?
harmful
You make it sound like it's a like a huge space battle.
yeah,
It's like the Battle of Gettysburg.
it's a bloodbath, but
When
everybody's
the crossplay
wearing
happens in the year 2025.
it's Spartans wearing assless chaps.
I think
no.
overall, yes. I think
Okay.
I still think enough people who are playing have played a Halo in their lives,
Mhm.
so they have some familiarity, but not at the same level of people who've been
Yeah.
playing Halo multiplayer all their lives.
I will say this: I will be at this virtual battle of Antietam. Okay,
You're at the front. You're at front lines.
I'm front lines,
You're
dude. and
bravehearting it.
Dude, I'm taking them on. Because listen, I don't like to brag here. I don't. I'm a very humble man. Kyle knows this firsthand. I've gone toe to toe.
You almost made me
Against
spit
some
out
of the
my
most-
Celsius, by the way.
Thank you. With some of the most prominent Xbox podcast hosts.
Which I don't know why you do that.
Don't know why I do that, because I am who I am. I want to spread the gospel that is the trophy room anywhere I can. And we were all playing Halo Infinite. Guess who's winning every single round, Kyle?
You.
Me. Halo Infinite, you're going to get clapped. Unless you're Ainsley Bowden, which I let him win because I respect my elders. Everybody else there, guess what? Those cheeks are getting clapped. All right?
Let me
Don't
clarify.
come at me. Don't come at me with PlayStation gamers are bad at multiplayer, because I've done Mick and had it with that stereotype. It's a stereotype, and it's harmful, and I don't like it.
Let me clarify. I don't mean I misunderstood who you said by Xbox players. I'm fine with those Xbox players you play with. That's fine.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the other shows that you sometimes pop on. I'm like,
No,
why do you-
those people.
Oh, those people too? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They make some fine podcasts, but they don't make for fine Halo players. I'll just say it. Luke, he tries his heart out, and I applaud that for him. Applaud that.
Let's
All right,
just be
Kyle.
real though. No matter what the crossplay is, anyone who's playing on PC is going to destroy anybody at any time.
Man, you would think that, but again, their
Outside of
reflexes are
you,
bad.
your holiness, like
Yeah. Like our friends over at the Nerd Chat, they're an Xbox podcast. God bless
yeah,
their heart, they're trying. Um,
Jesus.
it would be a bloodbath. They like literally they stand no chance. I seen them play Call of Duty and I'm completely unimpressed.
Wow.
Yeah, on PC. Oh, PC players, you don't have the aimbot, whatever. Nah, they're getting clapped. It's that simple.
Toxic Joe is a Joe I don't like.
I am the worst when it comes to
Their
these
chat in
things.
chat says we try really hard, like the little engine that could.
That's right. You know what happens to the little engine that could? Breaks down.
Yeah.
Tries too hard. Listen, it's time. Let's get into some Flash news. All right, ready? Gotta go fast. Gotta run fast. Until Dawn movie gets a first look. Kyle, we have found out that the Until Dawn movie is not about the first game.
Can I? Which I think we knew before this trailer came out. But let me tell you what my least favorite thing to hear when I'm watching a movie trailer or a thing about a movie.
Please.
I don't want to hear the word mechanics when talking about a movie. And this is what this trailer does. They like the Until movie mechanics that are in play. Like, I don't care. Just show me what it is. And they didn't really. Granted, I do think it's an ingenious way. So, ingenious way to adapt that game into a movie. Essentially, the characters are going to die in the movie, and then they're going to wake up and redo it all over again to fix their mistakes. Kind of like the branching pass in the game where someone dies because you made a mistake kind of thing.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Which is what that trailer was kind of alluding to. Which I'm fine with. I kind of wish it wasn't called Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Because it's not the story that we played, but again, I know how some people feel they'd rather not watch the same story of something they already know.
But still, it's about that thing.
Yeah, like I'm happy that the oh my god. Why am I blanking on the name of the anthology series that they do? Dark Pictures. The Dark Pictures dude is in it.
Yes.
Which is great. I love that is a through line and he's present, but this could just be a Dark Pictures anthology new entry instead of calling it Until Dawn, because it's not Until Dawn.
No.
We're at like a rundown house that looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's nothing about the snowy forest or setting from the game or anything.
It could be any other generic horror movie.
Yeah, which I'm going to watch it. It's going to be a fun time.
Sure.
But it's not going to be Until Dawn.
No. It's very weird. It's kind of like I get it. The Sonic movies aren't Sonic, but they get the essence of what Sonic is.
But it's Sonic. Like the references and everything are Sonic.
It's like they gave Shadow the gun, you know?
Yeah.
And I could only assume he as well.
It's the premise of Happy Death Day, and I fucking love Happy Death Day.
Sure.
Those are great horror movies. I just kind of wish it was just they adapted it and they picked characters to die, and there was no like redoing it kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just pick play a playthrough of the game, and that's what the movie is gonna be. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Nothing of that 1 minute excited me or instilled any type of fond feeling. I'm going to be honest.
Can I tell you another game-related, non-gaming media thing that got me excited?
Please, yeah.
The States are getting the former UK exclusive Last of Us Season 1 Steelbook.
Oh, really?
Oh, and I pre-ordered that bad boy.
Give me the pre-order link.
Gorgeous.
I need that. I need that in my life right now.
Let me see if I can find it without ruining the stream.
All right, fair enough. That said, I'll read this from Marvel Rivals over at Blue Sky. The Advanced Suit 2.0 arrives to celebrate the PC launch of Marvel Spider-Man 2. The Advanced Suit 2.0 blends Otto Octavius' science with Peter Parker's genius. It symbolizes Spider-Man's true grit as a hero. Unlock this legendary costume in store and swing into action starting January 30th. Kyle Stevenson, we're getting the Spider-Man 2 PS5 suit in Marvel Rivals. I'm so excited. I
I'm
forgot.
happy
Have
for
you
you.
tried Rivals?
Yeah, I have. It's not something that I'm gonna stick with. I might hop in every once in a while, but
That's fair. How are you feeling that this is not like a PlayStation exclusive skin or a
yeah,
PSN skin? Because they have a PSN skin.
that's fine.
It's
Also,
a
by the
Penny
way,
Parker
YouTube
skin.
watchers, I'm sharing what the steelbook looks like for you. Our
Oh
cameras are
my
messed
god.
up here, but
It's
it's real
ooh.
pretty.
Ooh, that looks nice.
It's real pretty.
That's real nice.
Anyways,
Yeah. But no, Kyle
this is
Stevenson.
cool. It looks great. I'm happy that they are. It's not just MCU skins.
Yeah.
Right, like they're adding other versions of these characters, either games, and I hope that continues.
Yep.
Like
And also,
it would be cool to have like a, I don't know, X-Men Origins Wolverine skin, you know, from the
oh my
old game
god,
or something.
yes. Yeah. That Wolverine, the basic Wolverine skin is an abomination. And
Sure, yeah.
it's the only skin I absolutely hate. Um and so if you're Wolverine, please don't be poor and play with the basic skin. That's right. I'm gonna cyberbully you. Go buy the Deadpool Wolverine skin like an adult because let's be honest, that skin be ugly. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, Kyle Stevenson. This next bit of Flash news, I would like you to read to me for a change.
Ooh. Should I tuck you in first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Are
Oh,
you all snuggled
nice.
up?
Yeah.
Did you also enjoy when you were little, like tucking the covers on your sides so you feel like a burrito when you were little?
Yeah, my mommy used to do that. That was nice.
It's
Made me
great. I
feel
wish
safe.
somebody would do that to me now. That'd be great.
I wish you'd pay a person. Just tuck me in at night, dude.
Let's invent it. Let's invent a contraption that does that.
It just tucks us in.
A Roomba, but it's a robot that comes out and just tucks us in and then goes back to the corner.
I was thinking a like yeah, Roomba. It's like connected to your bed. We're calling it the Tucker.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, yeah. And then it whispers something vaguely racist in your ear because it's made after Tucker Carlson.
I like how I had a joke forming, but you just said it anyway. That's great.
All right, Kyle Stevenson. Let's read this. Let's read
Sorry,
this little news bit.
Tommy, you're welcome. I'm sorry that you left the
What's that?
podcast. He said, I've never hopped off a podcast so fast I just went and pre-ordered that steelbook.
That's fair.
So you're welcome.
You're
Anyways,
allowed.
Dawn Walker teaser trailer revealed. Here's an overview of the game via Bandai Namco. The Blood of Dawnwalker is the first chapter of Rebel Wolves' brand new role-playing saga, a single-player open-world dark fantasy action RPG with a strong focus on story and narrative. Developed on Unreal Engine 5 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. 14th century Europe, bloody conflicts sweep the lands, and the Black Death comes for the survivors. In the wake of the disasters claiming thousands of lives, the decimated human population struggles for survival. It's a moment of weakness. In Vale Sangora, somewhere in a forgotten corner of the Carpathian Mountains, vampires seize their opportunity to walk out of the shadows, overthrow the feudal lords, and claim what they've been denied for centuries: freedom and ultimate power that comes with it. Legends turn into reality, and history as we know it will never be the same. You play as Cohen, a young man turned into a Dawnwalker, forever treading the line between the world of day and the realm of night. Not fully human, not entirely a vampire. You have 30 days and nights to save your family or swear revenge on your sire and destroy everyone standing in your way. The freedom in gameplay is reflected in Cohen's very nature as a Dawnwalker. Depending on the time of day, players will have different skills, abilities, and storyline outcomes. Players must choose. Do they fight for humanity or embrace the cursed powers?
Oh my goodness gracious. That trailer looked real good. But Kyle, you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't do your gosh dang homework. So ask me some questions. As someone who this team, Rebel Wolves, are ex CD Projekt devs. They worked on games such as Cyberpunk, and the creative director was the director on The Witcher 3. And so, as someone who just played and finished The Witcher 3, I do have some thoughts. So, Go ahead. Spit it out there, Kyle. What questions you got for me?
Uh, this is maybe just a me thing. Are you into vampires? Is it cool to play as a vampire? I don't know how I feel about that setting per se.
Fair enough.
Or I guess the Dawnwalker. I mean, Dawnwalker is cool no matter what.
It's a cool name. Yeah.
Just the name.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I feel about vampires totally.
Mm.
But that was a joke question. The real question is like,
Oh, okay. I was thinking for realsies. Yeah.
Did it show combat like gameplay, or was it strictly like a cinematic?
It showed ideas of combat.
Okay.
So like there's like some like cool traversal elements. So like there's a part where like you're using like your claws to like glide down like
Ooh.
the wall.
Okay.
So like, you're kind of like, softening your landing to things. Like you're
Mhm.
doing some mild combat stuff. It very much seems like, yes, this is definitely the team that worked on Witcher 3.
Cool. If I'm not mistaken, and aren't there Carpathian Mountains real? Okay, so it's based like in actual real life places.
Yep.
Just like an alternate history kind of thing of it all.
Yep.
Does it look fantasy-esque outside of the vampire stuff? Or does it very much feel like an Assassin's Creed with vampires just on the first glance? Again, I have not seen the trailer, so
Yeah. So the cool thing about the trailer, let's get right into it. You're seeing Cohen run with it looks like little like baby sister,
okay.
and he's running away from these feudal lords that are chasing after him, right? Then all of a sudden he stops at this broken church. The Inquisition, let's just call them, catch up to him. They're talking a whole lot of smack, like, dude, we're gonna kill you, you dumb idiot. You shouldn't have stopped. Shouldn't have. You knew the broken down church was the next place we'd look, and here you are, you dumb idiot. We're gonna kill this little kid because she has the plague. She's turning into one of these lycanthropes. I don't like that, so we're gonna. Sorry, dude. No hard feelings, but also still talking a little shit, so maybe a little bit of hard feelings. Gonna kill your sister. All of a sudden, these vampires drop down, and they're not like, Dracula type of vampires.
Yeah.
They're more like the Nosferatu, where it's like, I got teeth from everywhere. I'm eating you brutally type of vibe.
They don't
and they're
sparkle in the sunlight.
No, like they're literally ripping out your heart and
Okay.
like scratching your throat out. This one guy that's like trying to run away, like on horseback, and this one of the vampires just snaps and his whole body explodes.
Ooh.
It's a gory scene.
Okay.
Gory. And so you're like, okay, are these vampires good guys? And then you get the last vampire that kind of looks like the leader White Walker for Game of Thrones.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's kind of telling you, no, we're not that great. We're gonna turn everybody into us.
Okay.
We're gonna be the head honchos around this whole planet Earth thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
welcome to Earth.
So I say all that. It's very dark.
Okay.
It very much, you could see it is inspired by Eastern European folklore akin to The Witcher 3. So, for example, Novigrad in The Witcher 3 is actually based off of a real city called Novigrad
Oh, okay.
in
Is it Poland? I'm just guessing Poland.
in Poland that was destroyed in World War II.
Oh, okay.
So like there is even like akin to like fantasies that we know in The Witcher 3.
Cool.
So like, yeah, even the Wild Hunt is actually Eastern European folklore.
I love that.
If I'm not mistaken.
Very cool.
So it very much is fantasy meets folklore. So it feels grounded, if that makes sense.
How do you feel about the different storyline outcomes? As somebody who wants to experience every single bit of a story in a game, and I don't want to feel left out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
That's a great question. So how do I feel? I'm looking at the action of this game, by the way. It definitely, if you played The Witcher 3 and you played the Ciri portions, you're definitely teleporting around and stuff.
Cool.
And whacking people, so it's nice. Um,
Because like I
no, I
get
like
it,
it.
games have done that before. Like it's
Yeah,
nothing new. It's just
yeah,
personally not my favorite thing in the world because I don't want to have to replay things to get cooler
that.
stories or
Mhm.
not being happy with how the story played out and know it's because I messed up kind of thing.
Yeah, then this might not be for you because that is also very much Witcher 3 of like, hey, sometimes you're gonna fail this quest because you are you've progressed long enough in this story, or hey, you failed this quest because you accidentally killed this guy that should have been pivotal, or this guy's gonna die because you didn't complete this thing all the way over there.
Mm,
So it seems like it's definitely sharing more of that type of vibe of like, yeah, no, this is very much your choices matter, all your choices matter, and they're gonna determine what type of ending you get
yeah.
at the end of the day.
Because
Yeah,
I say that as somebody who Baldur's Gate 3 is one of my favorite games of all time.
yeah.
You damn straight I reloaded a save to get the roll right on certain things because
Oh,
I didn't want it to go bad. So
yeah.
not having that
Trust me.
ability to like reload something in this one, if I do make a mistake and I didn't know that it was a big mistake, I'm gonna be a little bummed. But
What's more important for me is that the choices are worded better.
yes, I need to
Mass
know
Effect, that
clearer.
yeah, like don't give me like the you could give me the too long didn't read, but like give give me the right thing. You know what I mean?
I don't
Like
want to and
don't spell it out for me, but don't leave it a mystery.
I
Because sometimes
yeah.
it looks like it's a positive. Oh, I'm gonna say this, but then he sounds like an asshole when he's
Oh yeah,
saying it. You know
like
what I
I
mean?
was just gonna bring up. I loved Dragon Age Veilguard. There were
Yeah,
many choices that I picked that I thought were the right ones that I wanted to make, and the dialogue did not match the vibe I got from choosing those options. So
exactly.
as long as
Exactly.
they match up, I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but no, like I'm very much just playing Negative Nelly here, asking you questions about it. But
That's fair.
everything I read about here, I can see a little bit of the trailer behind you when you're talking in your reflection
Good.
of your
It's good.
TV. It looks, it sounds cool. I'll
Yeah.
watch it as soon as we're done here. But
As someone who just got off of The Witcher 3 and I'm all hyped and I'm like
yeah,
looking up series swords. I'm
sure, yeah,
like,
yeah,
I want a Witcher sword now real bad and need to invest home defense.
yeah.
Uh yeah, I'm 100%. I all I needed to say is like all I needed to see was like the Rebel Wolf logo and like day one.
So,
I'll trust
did
you.
they mention how long they've been making it?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, so it's
Probably in the
probably
deep in the
years
press
away.
release, but it is definitely. They said gameplay reveal summer of 2025, so it's not this year.
All right, so SGF.
But it is again Bandai Namco publishing this game, so
That's
that
cool.
from the loss of From for them, uh,
Yeah,
they're going out there and looking for talent.
cool. I'm excited.
That said, could you read Drelish's question? This is the
Of
last
course I
question
am.
about. Yeah.
Hey, TRT, the Trophy Room Trio. We have to talk about Blood of the Dawnwalker. This will perhaps fill my The Witcher itch, though looking at what the developers say about the game leaves a bit of concern with the one or other aspect in retrospect. Number one, the developers have shared several interesting details about the story and gameplay. Two, the game is described as a narrative sandbox with high variability and a non-linear storyline. Three, players will have 30 in game days to complete the main story, with time progressing as important actions are taken. Five, or four, whatever number it is. The game will feature a morality system, allowing players to either embrace Cohen's Dawnwalker's side or cling to his humanity. Gameplay will involve using both vampiric abilities and human skills to overcome challenges. The setting is an alternate 14th century Europe, with the Black Death playing a significant role in the world building. And finally, the developers aim to create a game where player choices significantly impact the narrative with no clear division between main and side quests. The
Hmm.
combination of time management, moral choices, and narrative flexibility suggests a complex and dynamic storytelling approach that could lead to multiple unique playthroughs and endings. My question, though, which of these points excite you or raise concerns regarding how you feel about the game? Would love to hear your thoughts and wishing you all the best. Till next time.
I think the one that raises the most concern for me is the 30 day, like in game 30 days, and it progresses as do certain quests. That concerns me the most because I hate feeling like I'm like there's a timer.
As somebody who's playing through Metaphor right now, I am stressed because
Ex-
I want to hang out with everybody, and having limited days to do that is stressful.
Yeah. And that's why, like, when I'm playing Metaphor, I'm gonna say it. I use a guide. I want to make sure I'm
Sure.
talking to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because again, like the timer, yeah, it's stressful. I don't like it. Don't
Yeah.
time me. The thing that has me the most excited is the narrative
Sure.
sandbox, the non-linear story. Side quests feeling like main quests. That's what makes The Witcher 3 so great. Don't get me wrong, their main quest is great, but like it is definitely a water cooler game of like, oh, I went here and did that thing. Oh, you missed that quest.
Sure.
That was really cool. Like, yeah, those elements kind of makes the game your own. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on both accounts. I would like to know how long is an in-game day.
Yes. Like, is it just when I make this one thing? Or else now I'm feeling like I'm playing the longest afternoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I'm waiting. Yeah.
like is an in-game day like 2 hours of us playing,
Right.
or is that too long, or is it only like an hour? Like,
Yep.
what's the balance there? Because like if I forgot what game it was, but I was playing something recently, and the in-game timer was going so fast.
Mm.
Like it like sped up. It was very speedy. I'm like, oh, I've been playing for an in-game week already, but it's only been like
Yeah.
45 minutes.
It's it's interesting because I remember I was listening to Jason Schreier's book, Press Reset, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and it was about The Witcher 3 and how they thought the trouble with that development is that they thought they wanted to make a 100-hour game, but they thought they weren't able to hit that bar
Mm-hmm.
because when they were playing the game, they were developing the weapon system, the combat, as they were making the quest. So everything was on God mode. You hit it once and it dies.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they actually completed the game and put it out there and whatnot, they realized, oh, we actually have way more than 100 hours a game. We have like 200 hours of games. So is that limitation, what seems like a limitation for us, actually a limitation for them
Yeah.
so that they're not making the, like, it's a check to a balance that they're doing,
Sure.
you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh, very insightful this episode. Kyle Stevenson, listen, enough of Dawn Walker. I want to talk to you about the PlayStation Plus Extra lineup this month. You ready for this?
I'm so ready.
God of War Ragnarok, PS5, PS4. Like a Dragon, Gaiden, the man who erased his name. God, what an
It's a good name.
amazing title. Oh my God. Atlas Fallen, Reign of Sand on PS5. SD Gundam Battle Alliance, PS5, PS4. Sayonara Wild Hearts on
Hell
PS4.
yeah, good game. Play that game.
Very good. Anno,
Mutation.
Mutation and Mutation on PS5,
One of
PS4.
the first games we showed off on a 6-1 Indie Showcase. Showcase.
It's pretty darn good. I played a bit of it. I
Yeah.
liked it. Orcs Must Die 3, PS5, PS4. Citizen Sleeper, the first one,
Saw my
PS5,
backlog.
PS4. And then Poker Club, PS4. On PlayStation Plus Premium, who needs Indiana Jones and the Great Circle? I don't.
We have
I
Indiana Jones at home.
exactly. Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. Suck it. And Medieval 2 for your PlayStation Plus Premium games of January. Not the best month for that.
Happy Ragnarok's back.
Yeah.
I forgot
that's
when
a
it
big
got.
get.
I forgot when it went away,
Mm-hmm.
but
here
happy
now.
it's here. Cool.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm thinking of 2018. I don't. What's
Oh,
time?
you're thinking 2018.
What's
Thinking
time?
2018.
I don't know.
It's an enigma, dude.
I think the indies here are great. Like Sayonara and Citizen Sleeper and Anno all have great things about them. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not premium. Oof. Took a hit.
yeah,
Took a hit. Hey, Kyle, I got a question for you, dude. What you been playing?
nothing but Metaphor Refantasio.
Ooh, are you getting it in before, we're talking about Platties this year? What's going to be the game of the year?
That was the plan. I was hoping to finish it before this week's episode, the one we're on right now.
Yeah.
But with Light being sick and it got moved, I can now have proper time to finish it. I feel like I'm close.
Okay. Okay.
I have my full party. I have everyone in there.
Nice.
There was a
Who we
real
smooching?
so there is no romance in the game.
We can't be smooching.
There is no smooching.
No bouncing booties. That's a negative.
I definitely have my favorite.
Okay.
I'm partial to Hulkenberg. The
Hulkenberg, okay.
the redheaded knight.
Ah, okay.
I
So we're
like her a whole lot.
imagining smushing butts.
1,000,000,000%, yes.
All right, fair enough. Respectfully.
Characters are so well written. They're
Yeah.
amazing. The villain in this one, it took me a little bit to like fully hate him.
Mm,
But he is slowly, and again, this is recency bias, 1,000,000%.
sure.
He's slowly creeping up into Sephiroth levels of like,
Oh,
this
really?
man is deranged and evil, and yeah, like he's creeping. So
Yeah.
Luis out there, if you know, you know. If you played Metaphor, you know, you know. And I don't know where it goes from here, but um, I just there was a huge story plot twist that I did not see coming.
Oh,
For those that have played it without spoiling anything, I just finished the Opera House section. I'm
okay.
in September in Metaphor. So if you don't know, Metaphor is like Persona. It takes across it's within a certain time frame, and
Yeah.
there are in-game days where you can have limited things you can do, as well as go to dungeons and complete them in a certain amount of time, and there's story stuff and blah blah blah. So I'm in September now. I finished the Opera House section. So after that, there was a huge story twist. Did not see coming. Very very cool. I'm very excited to see it through. I died on the very next boss
Oh,
because the
okay.
thing with Metaphor, I was like, I am cruising through. I'm
Mm.
having a great time. I'm not dying. I'm doing every quest and everything
Meanwhile, the
before
first
I move
boss was
on.
beating my butt, dude.
Yeah, it takes a little to get used to for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but then I got to a dungeon where I'm like, I'm dying with every enemy. What happened? And
Oh,
it's
wow.
like it spiked up real fast
Okay.
to the point where I felt like I was under leveled, but I
Hmm.
also didn't want to waste time going somewhere to grind because of the in-game calendar mechanics. So I did the thing I hate doing in RPGs and not fight enemies. Like
Oh,
I do every battle no matter what. If I see an enemy on the map, I'm going to take you out even though I don't have to.
yeah. Right.
At this point, I was like, how am I going to run around this enemy to get to the next section because I'm running out of items to heal and replenish my magic points and all that stuff. But Metaphor is real good. I now know what everyone's talking about and talking it up to being one of the best games of the year, one of the best RPGs of the year. Um, I still think I might like the Persona setting a little bit more,
Okay.
of kind of like that,
Yeah, but Kyle.
not so hardcore fantasy kind of thing, but yeah.
Yeah. The music.
Oh, the battle
Dude.
music makes me laugh, but it's so hype at the same time because it's like Gregorian chanting at certain parts
Mm-hmm.
of it. I'm like, what is this when you first hear it? But then afterwards, like, oh, it's so good.
So good.
There is, I forgot what town it is. I want to say it's Brylehaven is one of
Mm-hmm.
the towns you go to. There is an NPC dialogue that makes me laugh every single time. Because if you stay in that area for a little bit, every like 20, 30 seconds, you'll hear some NPC in the street go, "Hey, Mang! Hey, Mang! Hey, Mang!" Like, what? Come on.
I love that, dude. Let's go.
But it's not a character you can talk to. It's just somebody in the streets going, "Hey, Mang! Hey, Mang!" Oh, it breaks
No,
me.
dude,
It breaks me
that's my
every
Uncle
time.
Carlos,
That's your
dude.
Uncle
You didn't
Carlos?
know? Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey,
Uh,
man.
yeah. So that's just a little fun thing that I laugh
Yeah.
whenever I hear it when I go back to that town and whatnot. But I'm very excited
Yeah,
to see
Hans,
where
let me
this.
talk to you.
I'm very excited to see where this story goes, and I'm
Yeah.
I don't think I'm platinuming it, unfortunately,
Okay.
because
Just don't have the time or don't have the
it
will.
requires another playthrough,
Okay.
which
Fair
I
enough.
don't know if I want to do right now.
Yeah, that not in you.
Uh, but it's one of the best games I played of last year for
Oh
sure.
wow. Yeah, definitely for me, it's like the thing that I don't like is the how you run out of mana. Uh, excuse me, which is a thing that happens in
Yeah,
these types of games, and I'm just not
yeah.
a fan of that in the slightest. It actually kills my vibe because I'm the person that does like to grind a lot.
Mm.
And so by having my mana run out and I have to switch to like I think the mage to replenish it is like, yeah, this is dumb. No, not a fan. So I really like Metaphor. I mean, actually, this is the next game that I'm going to be playing, so I get a good idea of it
Where did you
at
stop? Because you played a
the
decent
Platters.
amount, right?
The Witcher 3 and Vanguard happened.
Mm. But like
Veilguard,
in
sorry.
game story, do you know how far you got in?
30 hours. I was deep.
Okay, I just
I was
hit
deep.
like the
So
40 something mark,
yeah.
45,
So
46.
probably chapter 2. Not joking. So The Witcher 3, I've beaten it.
Congrats.
I just need really to go into Death March to get the platinum. Everybody's saying, Joe, go to Blood and Stone or whatever, Blood and Wine DLC. Go to the DLC next. It's just as good, even better than the main story. That gets me all extremely excited. But I think I'm going to do what I did with Bloodborne and wait a year or two before I go in.
I was gonna say because you went pretty hard with this one.
100 hours.
Yeah,
I beat it in 100 hours
in a short amount of time too. Like that's not 100 hours over months. It's like 100 hours over maybe
over
2-3
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah, like when did the break start? Like
Exactly.
it's been like 3 weeks and I've done nothing but play Witcher 3. Now having beaten it, like I was saying on last week's show, getting like all excited. This is one of the best games ever made. Uh Now that I've rolled credits, this is literally one of the greatest games I've ever played in my entire life. It is it it is you can flip a coin. I love Elden Ring and then I love Witcher 3 and it's like they're close. Like like no joke, we're going to talk about it on the Platies next week. Witcher 3 is my game of the year this year. It is it is phenomenal what they were able to pull off, what they were able to achieve and to still think, "Oh, this is phenomenal." At 10 years later just speaks to the level of quality that this game is and how I can see that it has inspired so many other games afterwards. Like I could definitely see this game's DNA in a game like Forbidden West. Like I could totally understand when people go, "Oh, is this a Witcher RPG or is this a Breath of the Wild RPG?" Um, it is. It's so good. I wanted to talk about this one thing from the Lords of the Fallen. I think either head creative lead or head of the studio at C CI Games, where they're like, we're not going to put any of the woke DEI stuff in our games. We're just going to focus on making a good game. I looked at that quote and I go, part of me gets it, right? Because you take a look at like sometimes you're looking at a game and they're beating you over the head with what they're trying to tell you, right? It's like it's like they're trying to fit like a square peg in a round hole, right? It's like this. It just I get what you're trying to do. I get what lesson you're teaching me, but it's so painfully obvious. And like, I could take a look at something like Veilguard, where there's a few pieces of lines of dialogue where even I go, "Ugh, okay, yikes." And then I see people like, the Lords of the Fallen crew going, well, we're not gonna take any stance on anything and go, well, you're equally just boring and you're equally just bad, and it's the equal yikes. Because like I take a look at The Witcher 3 and it talks about racism, It talks about classism. It talks about how the systems at B, the powers at B, use wedge issues to have us fight each other than to actually realize that they are the ones oppressing us. They talk about genocide. They talk about the plague. They talk about all these like socioeconomic problems, things that mirror real life today. And I'm like, this is literally one of the greatest RPGs ever made. And it's talking about serious issues that everyone and anyone could relate to. And that's what makes this game so incredibly special. By you limiting yourself by saying, hey, you know, no, we're not going to talk about anything philosophical in our stories. It's like, man, you're just going to make a real boring story. You're really limiting yourself in a non-creative way because Witcher 3 tackles all these issues. There's like one of these quests where it's like, I don't even want to say it. No spoilers. You have to assassinate someone, and it's talking about again the powers that be and how they're twisting it to have everybody fight each other. And then when that person that you nix is out of the equation and the person you help gets on that pedestal, they become the same person that you just killed off. It's like, oh my god, that's so well written. And like you didn't see it until you saw it. You thought they were being pure of heart, and their their lack of being able to be pragmatic in the moment is the thing that leads them down this bad path. It's like incredible. And that's a side mission. That's something you never have to do. It's like, damn, it talks about so much. And then you have this main story that is no slouch either. The dynamic between Geralt and Ciri and how you want to craft their relationship is so special. And I loved being, and this sounds very weird, the dad that I know I want to be in that game and be rewarded for it. Like, it's like, what would you do as a father right now if your daughter's going through this? What would you do at the moment if your daughter's going through that? How would you encourage her? Would you hold her back? What would you do? And there's every reason's a good reason. It's just the choice is there. There are no, truly to me, there's no wrong choice because they all felt like that made sense for someone to do. It's, man, it's so good.
From my little bit that I played before holiday break,
Yeah.
that is something that I did take notice of, where no matter what choice you made in the game in your playstyle,
Yeah.
it the next story beat was just as important, or just continued that trend of, it didn't feel, what am I trying to say? Choosing one thing didn't feel like it derailed what the developers wanted you to choose.
Yep.
Right? Like any decision you made all lands cohesive in like a very beautiful branching story arc.
Yeah.
Not even the
Yeah.
main quest, like you said, like the side quests that I played, like very early on. Again, this is super early, but it's the only one I remember of.
Like White Orchard.
Yeah, um, the wife who died in the well.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Okay. White
like,
Orchard. Yeah.
like,
Second mention.
yeah, like that stuff. I was like, whoa, this is really, really good, and I know how good it gets further on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
cool.
real talk, like I know it gets memed and it's out of context, but like there's like this one scene in the Veil Guard where like the character just sits down and they go, I'm non-binary. It's like, and as me, even someone that like left-leaning dude, I go, ugh. I'm like, all right, there was a better way of approaching this scene and this character than just like that. Um, and I have the context, and I'm like, I would not have gone that route. Where there is a character that is non-binary in The Witcher 3, and the way that they describe themselves and the type of character that they are, like they're a doppelganger, they're able to switch different bodies and different people, and like, and the mission is incredible, and how they just describe themselves. It was like, oh, this is beautiful. It's also tragic in the story. You feel for this person, and then like, there's like a part of you that, like, as a person that doesn't have that lived experience, you're like, I get it. And like, it's like, that's what great writing does. It's like when you limit yourself and you hold yourself back, it's like, man, you're actually limiting the story that you're trying to tell because you're afraid of some guy with a JPEG on Twitter. It's like, no, there's actually something really beautiful here. If we just say, you know what, who cares if someone is gonna get mad at me? It's like, it's really good. Man, Witcher 3 is incredible. Go play it. It's
I
truly amazing.
not to start a whole other discussion on it, but
Please.
I do disagree with you with that example of the Dragon Age
Fair
thing.
enough.
I like Silken in chat. I very much understood where they were coming from in that
Yeah.
moment, and just because it might not be, and goes for like games as a whole that want to have very real things in their game of life experiences that real people go through.
Yeah.
They're not cookie cutter experiences. So like,
No. Yes.
I
Yeah.
guarantee, just using that example you brought up of, we've all had that moment where we were nervous to say something to somebody, and we just kind of like, the plan in our head went away, and we just kind of blurted it out because we couldn't hold it in anymore. Like, that's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
very real experience kind of thing, and
Sure.
everyone is different in how they go about things. So like, I get it. It might not be your favorite type of way for certain subjects to be brought up, but
Yes.
I don't think having those things in games need, like, I very much am against the Lords of Fallen people for sure,
Yeah.
because that shit's dumb what they said.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. That said, I kind of agree where Todd's coming from. But that said, nonetheless,
yeah.
like, at least that team took that swing, and at least they're able to miss or hit, depending on. It's like, at least take the swing, dude. Don't be afraid to go at bat. Like, just tell your story. I hate when people are like, listen, I might get judged if I do this one thing in my story. It's like, just write the story. It's gonna be fine. You know?
Sure.
All right. That said, Kyle, are you holding on to something?
Yeah. I don't know.
Prepare the drop. Here are the latest deals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. On January 16th, Arcanage on PS5, Astro Bros on PS5, Being Stronger While Playing Silver Star Go DX on PS5.
What is that game? Hold on.
Look it
Continue.
up,
I'll
dude.
look it up.
Demons of Asterborg, Dread Out Remastered Collection on PS5, PS4, Morkel, Rask's Rage on PS5, Things Too Ugly on PS5, and on January 17th, we have Dynasty Warriors Origins on PS5, Tales of Grace F Remastered on PS5 and PS4.
So
Kyle Stevenson, what is Being Stronger While Playing Silver Star Go DX?
apparently Go is a game. So like, I found the Nintendo store page for it.
Boy, okay.
Enjoy learning and become stronger even though you've never played Go. Let's learn in Go class. 2,855 problems in total. The definitive software for learning Go, including the rules and terms of Go. I don't know what Go is. Oh, so Silken and Jack goes, Go is a board game.
All right, fair enough.
So,
well, Kyle Stevenson.
Cool.
It's time for our favorite segment, but sadly the last segment of the night. It's time for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw! Papa Taz writes in, question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
With the rumor of Halo coming over to PS5, will we have a special Mountain Dew Gamer Fuel flavor? My idea is a black raspberry flavor and call it Astro.
Ooh.
I just want them to make Pitch Black more readily available. That's like my favorite Mountain Dew flavor.
Is it still there? Is it still?
No, it's gone.
Oh, then bring back Pitch Black.
It was a limited thing. I think maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago they brought it back. They also had like a very premium can that was very much
Mm.
like like an energy drink that had the
Yeah.
pitch black flavor, which was my favorite.
Okay.
But they
Okay.
keep taking them away. I don't
Is
like it.
Baja Blast being sold in
Yeah, dude,
stores
you
yet,
can
or
get
what's
12
going?
packs.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
It's the
Look at
only time
you.
I'll ever have Baja Blast because I don't eat Taco Bell.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, listen, guys, we're large and in charge individuals.
Yeah.
I would not touch Taco Bell. I listen. Again, I don't
I've
want to
seen
get too
way too many people
graphic.
get sick after eating Taco Bell.
All I'll say is there's enough wrong with me that I don't need to add to with Taco Bell. That's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
All right. That's a I'm not making it to the bathroom tragedy if I've ever felt one.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, next question.
J Mavs writes in, question for the pod. If you were tasked with making a brand new IP, what kind of story would you tell to stand out from the rest? Ooh, good question. Any specific setting that interests you and hasn't been given justice in gaming, or any story you feel needs to be told? That is a great question.
Whew.
Man.
This is a deep thought. This is a deep cut. Any character that deserves interest hasn't been given justice.
I'm not the smartest person in the world.
Mm.
Any idea I have is just an idea that's already happened.
God bless. Welcome to game development. We're here to iterate on stuff. So, Kyle, what idea are we iterating on? What's the idea that's already happened? Don't feel guilty that you're copying it. You're just gonna make it better.
I would love a open world action game in the vein of Infamous,
Mhm.
but it's like The Boys, where you
God
are
bless.
somebody with no superpowers
Mm.
at all, and
Mhm.
you have to take down these high and mighty superheroes that think they're all that and then some kind of thing.
Okay.
Maybe NBA Street style, where if you defeat them, you gain their powers and
I
actually
like
use
that.
them for good. I don't know. That might be fun. I'm getting like my dream game. It seems to be intergalactic. Like that's what I want.
Exactly. That's what I'm
So
thinking.
I don't know what you want
I
from
don't know.
me.
Oh God! Since that trailer, it's all I want.
Yeah.
Syndulla's like, so Mega Man. Listen, Syndulla, you make your own game. Gosh darn it. Okay, you tell me. Come back here. You made
Again, I'm a
Pokemon.
big dum dum. I don't.
Yeah. I'm not going. I'm not going. This is just what I feel in my gut. Okay. And because I've just recently played both of them, it's actually behind me. Um, I want to make a. I want to make a Star Wars game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make it a Mandalorian game. I want to make it so that we are in. Let me think about this here. Ooh. We are in New Hope, in between New Hope and Empire. We're a bounty hunter akin to Boba Fett. Akin to. Or actually, nah, Mando versus played out. I get it. Mandalorians don't like. Wait. Wait. I changed my mind already.
Okay.
Okay, one of them would have been you're a smuggler and or a Mandalorian. You're out there completing hits, completing bounties. You're dealing with the underworld in a dynamic way where your choices actually matter. So like you can't just wipe them away and go back to being neutral. It's like, no, if I cross Jabba, I've crossed Jabba and he's not gonna forget. Vice versa. We are, we are like smuggling spice. We're doing all sorts of illegal stuff. And then there's an element of like, we are hunting down Jedi. We're hunting down the last of them. And so, how does a non force wielder fight a force wielder? That's interesting. That's cool boss fights. But what would be real cool, dude? Man, oh man. This is a deep cut. I think it's called A Night of a Thousand Tears. It is when the Imperial Army invades Mandalore.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, this is, I believe, pre Death Star, that they had to blast the hell out of this planet so much that they pretty much just turned it to glass. Like, it's absolutely brutal. I want to see that in a video game. I want to see, if you ever saw the last season of the Clone Wars, third to last episode, where Ahsoka is invading Mandalore with the Republic Army. That, but it's grounded. It's You're actually seeing the warfare happen in Star Wars. Because the one thing that I loved in Solo is literally the 15-second cut where Han is in the literal, ground of like the trenches, the trench warfare of Star Wars. I want to see that. So I want to see Mandalorians. I want to see them fight against the Imperials, and I want to see them lose. And I want to see how that happens, how it breaks apart, and why the Mandalorians are so spread out. I want to see all that.
I like that.
That's cool.
I'm just,
Third person shooter.
yeah. I keep thinking of other games. Like, oh, this is an idea. But then I'm like, no, this is something that already happened.
Yeah.
Like Never Ending Story or like The Page Master. Normal kid gets sucked into a world and has to deal with it. Like, what if I went into Baldur's Gate world?
Right.
With no powers or nothing. How the hell am I going to do this?
Yeah.
Like, that is like one of my favorite tropes, I guess, in fiction. So it'd be cool to have a game like that.
Strubles a bit says, "Hey boys, sorry I've been so absent.
Oh,
Life,
no worries.
dude.
Life's a lot.
I know, same. It's same.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle
We might get
Stevenson.
into it in the post show. It might be an emotional post show for your boy Kyle. Who knows?
Oh no. All right. Well, Kyle Stevenson, it is our last question of the night. Take it away, good sir.
Fluke23 writes in, "Hey guys, I hope we are all doing great this week. Couldn't
Bring it in.
resist and pre-ordered myself a Helldivers DualSense controller.
Yes.
Looking closely,
For
I noticed
democracy.
it says "Hold on to freedom" on each side of the pad, which is a
Really?
wicked little touch in my view. So my question for you all on the Sony Pony, yeehaw!
Yeah.
You're at an exclusive event with PlayStation. Yes, they finally listened to your podcast and felt bad for not sending over those codes all these years.
It's not even that they don't listen. You know what I mean? It's just you're not sending us code.
Yeah.
Whatever.
One day.
I don't want to yell.
One day. Now you get a blank canvas of a DualSense 2 design, create, and take home. What game are you choosing for your design, and what cool little additions, be that artistic or physical modification, will you be adding to your model? As always, much love, take care, and goon to the moon. GTTM.
Goon to the moon. First off, that's going right on the touchpad. Goon to the moon, baby.
Also,
Let's
like,
do it.
We're talking about this whole thing of like Xbox coming to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Just give us the design thing for the controllers for PlayStation. Let us just do that.
Give us Design Lab.
Come
That's all we
on.
want. Jesus.
No shocker here. I would love a Final Fantasy VII Remake controller, or that universe controller, where the sacred symbol buttons are materia colors.
Nice.
And it's like a Buster Sword finish, like a matte gray with some battle like nicks on it, damage. Would be cool with like a green glow for the DualSense underneath the touchpad. Would be super fun. It could even, like, on the side, like the Helldivers one, would be like Soldier First Class or something on there.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so cool. I would love that. Or like one themed on every character of the party.
Yeah.
Whew.
I already got it right here, guys. Make an atomic purple DualSense. What are we doing here? I shouldn't have to rip apart my DualSense Edge because the plastic started to rub off of this thing and put on the atomic myself. Atomic purple everything. Okay?
That's fair.
Also, buttons, I'm tired of the white on black or black on white, whatever. Give me the colors back in my buttons. Okay? Enough. And then put Goon to the Moon right in the middle. I want people to know what I'm about. That's it.
Well, listen, if Verizon would freaking listen to you and give Light and I our anniversary controllers.
I know.
They have the
Speaking
actual
of,
colors back on the buttons.
Kyle, Kyle,
I saw your picture. I saw
listen,
that today.
this is not doing it justice. This is not doing it justice. Um, I saw PS Lifestyle, shout out to Zermina Khan, who is now officially a bad influence on my life. Because she wrote this article of like, hey, you want PlayStation 5 Pro covers? They got cheap ones on AliExpress. $25 hairs got me gray. Again, you can't see it here because of the lighting sucks.
Uh-huh.
Gray plates, just like on the PlayStation, whatever, 30th anniversary. Even down to they gave me stickers that says PlayStation 30th anniversary
wild.
and the PlayStation emblem. And Kyle, this thing looks freaking awesome.
That's cool.
I love it so much. It's yeah. So listen, if you're in, the neighborhood, you want yourself some custom plates. The only thing you genuinely miss is on the inside. They don't have the sacred symbols because obviously copyright. So that's it. You're only missing the little details. But other than that, this is a gray PS5 that looks like a PS1. It's themed. I love it. It's great.
I'm giggling for one reason only. Don't put it back yet. Don't put it back yet. I think everyone can see it on stream.
Oh, what?
Why is Drake facing the wall and not out, and you're hiding him with the console?
That's a great question. I probably like bumped into him.
Oh, okay. Because it looks like he's in trouble, and you put him in timeout. Like face the wall.
I'm not a fan of that statue.
It's not a good statue. It's not a good statue.
No, he just looks like he's sick.
Yeah.
So
it's not a good one.
It's bad. Hey, Kyle, could we shout out something before we get on out of here?
I could shout out myself, Mr. KSET, pretty much everywhere. 6-1 Indie for all the indie gaming stuff that we do over there. Our new podcast is called The Wish List. Every Friday night we record, and it hits audio services the following Monday. I love you very much. Please be kind to each other, especially with what's going on early next week here in the States. Be kind to everybody, and keep your sanity, I guess.
Also, the one thing that I want to just shout out for PlayStation and the first parties out there, there's been some really crazy wildfires over in California that's affected the LA area, and millions of people, man, are affected. It's awful. And to see, companies step up and go, hey, listen, we're going to be giving back to these communities, both like via Insomniac and PlayStation proper, Sony proper doing it. That's really awesome. That's really awesome. That's where, any little bit of help helps. So, please, if there's any like charities or anything like that, please let me know in the DMs so that we can shout them out on the show, help some people in need, all that good stuff. So that's all I want to shout out that this week. Of course, we got the Platties next week. If you haven't voted, please go and gosh darn vote. Okay. And follow us on Blue Sky. You know where, at Mr. Babbitt, at Mr. Kaseup, at PS Trophy Room, at Lightweight Gaming, all that good stuff. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, keep your wits about you, keep hunting, and keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
Bye, everybody. Love you.